Nintendo has released several release dates for upcoming games. We now know that Punch-Out Wii will be coming in July, and the over-the-top gory action game Mad World will be coming out March 10th. It looks like EA has proved the rumors of the Need for Speed franchise being cancelled wrong. They are preparing not one, but 3 new Need for Speed games. One will even be an MMO-style open-world racing game. Our good friends at Ensemble Studios will be closing down once they release Halo Wars. This developer was most famous for its massively successful Age of Empires franchise. It was a real-time strategy series that sold a huge amount of copies. Bobby Kotick, CEO of Game Researcher, reports that the rumored techno-peripheral game DJ Hero will be releasing this year, 2009. No comment from Activision, so this is to be treated as pure rumor. Resident Evil 5 is one of the biggest games coming out all year. So, in light of the fact that it's releasing in about 2 months, here's a preview. Resident Evil is a legendary franchise. With 4 movies and countless games for many systems, it has been ingrained into our minds as one of the most influential franchises there is. Resident Evil 4 gave the series a reboot, not in the area of story, but in the area of gameplay. Shooting was revolutionized as it moved to an over-the-shoulder perspective. The game won Game of the Year in many circles. Now Resident Evil 5 is almost upon us, and it looks to bring quite a few innovations to the table. The biggest new addition to this game is co-op play. It looks like the entire game will consist of 2 players all the time. One playing Chris Redfield, who you will recognize from earlier Resi games, and Shiva Olimar, who is a new character, an agent of the West African branch of the BSAA. The age-old villain Wesker also makes an appearance. Through numerous trailers, we've learned that the infected in the game are victims of the same infection as Resi 4. They're not quite zombies, as they use tools and can apparently talk, but they're close enough. Co-op gameplay is pretty standard for the most part, although there are numerous occasions where the pair will have to split up in order to accomplish a goal. Whether it's flinging Shiva across the street to another building to open the door from the other side, or climbing to the top of a building to give your partner cover from above, it successfully breaks up the gameplay and prevents it from feeling redundant. Some of the biggest complaints from many players about Resident Evil 4 is that you are unable to move and fire/reload at the same time, and the control scheme took a lot of getting used to compared to other shooters. The latter has been addressed with a new control scheme that is very similar to most shooter control schemes. Left trigger looks down the sight, right trigger fires, D-pad selects weapon, etc. The former issue might also be addressed, just not in the demo. Some sources say otherwise, but in the full game there might be a control scheme much like Gears of War, which will let you move around while aiming. The demo seems strange though. The first level consists of a segment where you and your partner must survive for a certain amount of time without either of you dying. Weirdly enough, the area that you had to survive was large enough that all you had to do was run around in circles and weave through infected until it ended. Not very scary, or hard. Playing the second level will definitely bring back memories from Resi 4. It's your basic level progression with 2 instances of the partners splitting up to support each other from different positions, and at the end is an encounter with the age-old burlap sack man from the previous game. Wielding a chainsaw, he'll run at you and kill you in one hit if you're not careful. But by leading him through a gauntlet of explosive barrels, you can weaken him to a point where you can finish him off with what little ammo you might have left. That's another noticeable dilemma with this game. Ammo is very scarce. You constantly need to scavenge for a precious few clips and trade off ammo with your partner to keep each other equally stocked. If you're not careful with your shots, you'll find yourself running out of ammo very soon and having to resort to the seemingly underpowered knife to survive. This undoubtedly adds intensity. If you weren't a fan of Resident Evil 4, this won't be the game to change your mind, as most of the complaints about the previous game carry over to the 5th installment, but the new co-op gameplay and African setting do nothing but complement this series, and fans of Resi 4 will feel right at home with this survival horror epic. Expect to see the game on store shelves March 13th, or you can go download the demo from Xbox Live Marketplace or the PlayStation Store now.